All right. This is MC for Web3 Talks, and I got a special friend. We are connected with other special friends. So, but anyways, we have actually introduced one particular person, Deer. So I'm here with Hakan from
Turkey.
Interesting. And the project that you're working on is called
BG Trade.
BG Trade.
That's right.
All right. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. What's the big deal with BG Trade? But before you go into BG Trade, hey, tell us who you are, where you come from, and what do you do, sir?
Sure. Thank you. First of all, thanks for hosting me today. It's a very pleasure to be here talking to you, and I'm happy to answer all of your questions. So my name is Hakan. I'm originally from Turkey, born and raised in Turkey, but I've been working outside of Turkey in different countries,
Nice.
UK, for the last 7 years in China, and now I've just moved to Dubai. So I've been building in the space, in Web3 space, since 2018, and has done different NFT projects, SocialFi. I also co-founded a VC DAO, a venture capital DAO, which invests in different Web3 projects.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, no, it's interesting. Like you have quite the holistic experience in the Web3 space, which is really cool though. So I guess you shared your origin story into the Web3, but now let's bring us to how did you get into BG Trade?
Great, thanks. So again, as I said, I've been in the space since 2018 as a builder. And together with other colleagues and friends, we've been building many different projects, and now we decided to build in the field of RWA. For those who are not familiar with RWA, it's a real world asset.
Okay.
So it's basically, should I get into details of RWA or?
Just that's a little brief, because I mean, a lot of people heard the term RWA. I guess just for the audience, he's talking about tokenization of real world assets. So, but you can please just break it down more. What's it all about really? What does that mean? So,
sure. So, as we had actually been building another project called MetaTDEX for the past 5 years. It's basically a decentralized exchange where you can trade crypto assets.
Okay.
So, together with the team, we decided to build in the field of RWA, Real World Asset Tokenization. So basically what we do is we're building BG Trade. It's a decentralized platform where you can only trade real world assets. So tokenized assets, basically, the assets that you can see in the real world. So what a real world asset is actually anything you see in the real world. It could be art collectibles, it could be real estate, it could be stocks, commodities of any types, bonds. So we tokenize all those assets and then present the platform to the users and asset owners where they can trade.
Okay, I guess one question I gotta ask is, because a lot of people have been talking about tokenizing assets for, I guess, long time. I mean, of course, we've seen the art space, that's been the first use case, I guess, I would say. But I guess for the regular Joes and Janes out there, why should they care? Like, what's the big deal? So I'm sure there is a big picture that I think a lot of people are not seeing. So maybe you could shed some light to it.
Sure, definitely. So actually, I just want to share some of the statistical data that have been published by a well-known institution called Boston Consultant Group.
Okay.
So based on their analysis, current data, if I'm not mistaken, could be I will round it. It's around 0.4% of all GDP is basically tokenized already. So it's around over $100 billion. But by 2013, which is 7 years away from now, they're estimating it to hit $16 trillion, which equals to 10% of the total GDP across the earth. So this is actually one of the reasons. The reason why many projects and many even traditional institutions are building, investing in RWA assets.
Okay.
So when it comes to problems that we as a platform are trying to solve and solving. There are actually many. The first thing is cross-regional investment. So it's better for me to explain it just with an example.
Yeah.
I guess you're from India, I'm from Turkey, and we both, let's suppose, as we want to invest in any stocks or commodities in the US, right, in the US market.
Yeah.
Can we do this? Yes, we can, but we have to go through brokers and companies, intermediaries, which is demanding, costly, and time wasting. Basically, we're not able to do this unless we have the US ID, right? As long as you're not a citizen of that particular country, in this case it's the US, you're not able to do this. So what I mean by cross-regional investment is no matter, regardless of your country, your background, your identity, you are able to invest in any assets that you're interested in, any real world asset that you see in it could be real estate, collectibles, again, companies, stocks, bonds. So this is something that actually we believe tokenization of real world asset could solve. And we as a platform, actually we are one of the pioneers building as a platform and giving this opportunity to the both investors and also asset owners. So that's about the cross-regional investment.
Right.
And also there's another part which is insufficient liquidity. What I mean by saying liquidity is basically, so if you're limiting yourself in a particular market, in this case, let's say the US, right? Only those people living in the US or holding this ID are able to invest in. You're limiting yourself within a specific market. It's 300, 400 million people living in the US, correct?
Right.
And together with maybe other people outside of the US, but with the US ID, I don't know the exact number, but just to give an idea, a very limited market. So basically, you're blocking out the rest of the world, billions of people outside of this. You're not able to utilize this huge opportunity. And number of people, like billions of people.
There's a lot of capital untouched.
Definitely, yeah. So by again, as long as you don't limit yourself, you make it global, internationalizing it, you basically can utilize this liquidity.
So I guess the way I see it is BG Trade just opens a platform for pretty much anybody, really. Right?
That's right.
It's the just like an open market where anyone can participate, whether I don't know, whatever qualifications. It's just open market. It meets that Web3 ethos, right?
That's absolutely right. So again, regardless of the identity, what background you have, so we believe there's anyone with any amount of money that they have can invest and benefit from this.
Okay, no, that's good. I was about to ask you about when talk about tokenization or real world assets. I'm only familiar with like artworks and all that stuff, but I'm sure within the RWA or tokenization space, I guess the first way was art, second maybe real estate or something. So are there any interesting new frontiers where people can look out for in terms of tokenization?
Yeah, that's right. So we actually have witnessed a few examples in the field of NFTs, right? Some of the real estate assets, they have been purchased and sold in the form of NFTs. So that's actually a very good example, but it was very, very limited. So now what we're actually saying this, you can basically tokenize more things, one of which is stocks, right? Very simple. There are actually projects and companies, platforms already started doing this. But with very limited liquidity, with very limited market. I know there are two projects I don't want to name, but there are a few projects doing only stocks with 5 companies. You can basically purchase Apple stocks, invest in Tesla, Microsoft, but not more than that. There are another project doing for both bond and basically they allowing users to invest in bonds and also some of the stocks. They're looking a little higher, but again, we believe stocks and bonds are just a very small part of it, just part of it. We can we can do more things. You just said art collectibles, right? Stocks, bonds, commodities, any companies. So maybe in the coming minutes, I'll touch upon our native token called BGT.
Okay.
We basically tokenize our stocks.
Okay.
So each token represents actually a stock,
All right.
1 to 1.
All right.
So
okay.
that's a very good example of tokenization of any real world asset. So in this case, it's a stock,
okay.
it's a company, it's a listed company.
Oh wow! Okay, that's cool. Okay, I'm glad you guys are using yourself as an example. Just to focus on tokenization, because I'm seeing like artwork. You talk about real estate. Interesting. You talk about stocks and bonds. It actually kind of relates to a lot of people from the Web2 space or the traditional financial space. I want to throw in like, say for example, do you see the possibility of tokenizing farmlands, or I don't know, something crazy like water source or something like that? Like, I'm just trying to like test the thesis, test the idea, the possibilities. Can we tokenize everything?
Almost everything. So what is the thing, what is the barrier you think between you as an investor or as a user who wants to purchase this land, in your example,
sure. Yeah.
and then the asset owner, the landowner in this case, they would be happily sell it right in the price level that which he thinks would be logical. So why not?
Right, okay.
But the space just need. We're actually the space is super fast, in particular the Web3 space. So over the past 3-4 years, I can't believe we're even got here. When we look back 2020-19, I remember most of the things that we have now were just imagination. We were imagining to get there, but maybe in the coming 10 years, 20 years. But now we're here. So what we need is just time. What we need is just hard work. This is what we're doing, what I'm doing with the rest of the team. We're a team of 18, building only BG Trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Yeah. That's fascinating. So, just last thing before you go, if people want to learn more in depth about BG Trade and maybe what's the future plans of BG Trade, how can they reach out to you?
Sure. Great. I guess we can put down all the relevant links down below this podcast. Yeah, right here, right?
I know, yeah, something like that. I know,
somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And other than that, so I just want to, if you don't mind, share a few things, a few milestones achieved for the past few days.
Please do. Yeah, sure.
So at the very beginning of this journey, around a few months ago, we came up with this idea, and then community from another exchanges that we built, actually they supported us with this idea, which is building an RWA platform where you can trade only real world assets and their tokenized version. So right after they heard us actually building it, and actually with this idea, they wanted to support us, and we raised around $23 million.
Congratulations.
Within our community in 2 weeks. So we sold around 130,000 pieces of NFTs. And yeah, that was pure community support. And right after this, we actually, we speeded up, and then we built the platform. We activated a few functions on the platform where they can trade and swap and also stake. So for the time being, 93% of all circulating supply actually is being staked. It's actually a huge number. We have very small liquidity because they don't want to sell. They're staking their amount.
Quite a lot of hodlers.
Yeah, and then we successfully launched our IDO last week, raised $1 million during given, you're in the space, the market situation now. It's not very good. We're downwards with red candles downwards, but we successfully raised with the support of our community, and we're growing. We have over 300K size of community members located in 50 plus countries.
Nice.
So with their support for the years to come, we are going to be here building for the future, building the technologies that the space will need, and then something additional. Just 4 days ago, we got listed by Gate.io and then Maxi exchanges. That's another milestone achieved by us. That was very important, very big step for us. And then when it comes to the upcoming months and years, what we are planning to achieve, the first thing is we want to integrate ZKDID technology into our platform.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So for those who are not very familiar with ZKDID, as maybe we can next time get into much details.
Oh, ZK is what, zero knowledge proof?
Yeah,
okay.
Zero knowledge, these decentralized identifiers.
Nice. Okay.
So, and then hopefully next quarter of next year, the first quarter of next year, we are going to convert into DAO. So basically, the future of our platform will be in the hands of the community.
Nice.
So they will decide it. And we are what we call as V-governance. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Curve model. They have they're very good DAO governance model, and then we are actually not imitating, but we actually we believe this the way that they do is pretty how to say, it makes sense and more fair.
Okay.
So that we're using similar model called V-governance. So the longer, the more tokens you have in your hand, the more voting power you do have. So afterwards, right after we convert into DAO, again, it's the community who will decide the future of the platform.
All right, okay.
This is another milestone that we want to achieve in the coming months. And then afterwards, we will be talking about trading ETFs, trading bonds, commodities, stocks that we have just talked about, right?
Yeah.
So what we need is just time. We're building to that direction, and we have the confidence. We have what we need, community support, and also the team. We're a team of 18 people, building 24/7 only for this.
Anyways, hey, look, before you go, just one last question. We're all about Web3, Web3 Talks. So what does Web3 mean to you?
Okay, a very good question. And this is the question that I always ask other people because I'm always impressed with different answers that I get from the people that I talk to. So it means different things to each person, for sure. And the way everyone defines it in a different way. But for me, it's a new version of internet. It's the future. It's the control over ownership. And it's also BG Trade. Is it fine?
Hey, not a bad answer. Hey, who knows, man? But yeah, hey, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Hey, fam, you heard it right here. If you want to learn more about BG Trade, check this guy out. So anyways, fam, we gotta go. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.